Throughout its 11-year production run, the FD Mazda RX-7 managed to be many things. It saw motorsport success here in Australia and overseas. It featured a quirky engine with advanced engineering, and it managed to be one of the poster cars for the JDM tuner era. The one you see here manages to blend a little bit of all three of those into one very good-looking package. Now, personally, I think the RX-7 is one of the best looking Japanese cars ever made. It just looks stunning thanks to its curves and proportions. Even that double bubble roof on top, it's just such a classic design that I think would still look fresh, more or less, even if you brought it out today. It's still got some features that are of its time, like the pop-up headlights, but again, they only give it an even cleaner look. But of course, this one is quite clearly not stock. As you can tell from how low it's sitting on these Workmeister rims and with that carbon fiber lip kit all around, this thing is definitely an enhanced version of those classic looks. And the biggest thing, and I mean that quite literally, is that this does have a wide body kit fitted to it as well. Not only are the front guards wider, but there are big flares over the rear as well, hiding some 305 width tyres back there. So this is a pretty serious machine now. But obviously that Plasma Man intercooler that's been peeking out through the front bumper might give you a hint that under the bonnet, this car is not entirely stock either. See, originally these cars came with a 13B twin rotor engine, which features a very advanced twin turbocharging system developed in conjunction with Hitachi. Now, at the time, there was a bit of a gentleman's agreement between the Japanese manufacturers, and this was the most powerful RX-7 you could get, capped off at that specified 276 horsepower number. Now, because of the unique design of a rotary engine, these things are incredibly smooth when you get them up through the rev range, and they really do like to be revved. Once you start to push some boost through them, they also make really healthy power as well. And that's what's been done to this car, because you see it's got a single turbo conversion done on it with this massive Borg-Warner turbocharger right there, which is practically about the same size as this engine, because these are just a 1.3 litre engine after all, which, despite that small displacement, the unique design of it means that they punch well above their weight on paper. Now, while a normal 1.3 litre piston engine probably wouldn't be able to handle anywhere near as much as a rotary can, these things were quite literally designed to handle that boost and to create crazy power figures. After all, it's why Mazda saw so much success in endurance racing, both at Bathurst and Eastern Creek here in Australia, along with at Le Mans and other international stages like that. And obviously, to make this car as special as it is, both here under the bonnet and visually on the outside, it has been through a full nut and bolt restoration. This engine has been entirely rebuilt and the whole car has been fully reworked from top to bottom, so you know it's going to be really quality. See, this RX-7 is a Bathurst R model, which was created to honour the RX-7's 3 straight wins at the Bathurst 12-hour endurance race from 1992 through to 1994. And again, they followed it up in 1995 with a win at Eastern Creek, where the race had since moved to. Despite that name though, the Bathurst R was only ever offered in Japan, not in Australia, which is a little puzzling, but at least this one's here now. Now, the theme of modifications being made to this car certainly continues on the inside, because there are plenty of little tweaks in here to make it feel a bit more special. The most obvious are these Bride Lomax seats. They're one of the most iconic seats you'll find in modified JDM cars, and these ones have been beautifully reupholstered, a little bit of leather on the bolstering just to make them a bit more hard-wearing, which is kind of important because they are a seat that takes a certain approach to actually get into. But once you're inside them, you are so snug in here. They are incredibly supportive, amazing bolstering all throughout, both for your legs, your side, and your shoulders. There's also this Alcantara wrapped Nardi steering wheel, which is a perfect addition in here as well. It's the right size. it just looks fantastic in here and gives you a great view of those stunning white dials that you have in the RX-7. You've got the central tachometer, which that's the most important one, right? You want to rev this thing all the way up. You've got your speedo off to the right and your boost gauge, coolant and fuel level as well. There's a couple of auxiliary gauges up on the top of the dashboard to boot. Now this one is also a 2+2 model with a full leather rear bench in here, and that makes it, I guess you could say, a little bit more practical in a sense. But when we look in the boot, you'll see that maybe the practicality ends there. You see, that's because in the back here, we've traded one form of practicality for another. Obviously, this is where the boot would normally be, and you're certainly not fitting your shopping in the back of this one. Part of that is accounted for by these Audison subs, but even more of it is accounted for by this airlift system. I'm sure you've been looking at the height of this car and wondering how on earth would you actually drive that anywhere. Now, it's actually more usable than you'd think thanks to this system. At low speeds, you can use that to lift it up and get over those pesky speed bumps without gutting your carbon fibre lips. Now, getting out on the road here in this RX-7, the first thing that hits you is that while a lot of modified cars can feel a bit backyard shed, all hacked together, crashy and bumpy and unpleasant, this RX-7 is not like that at all. It is so much of a joy to drive. The coilover suspension in it has been really well set up, and so it's not crashing over every bumps and destroying your spine every time you hit a little undulation. It is really well dialed in. It's a really, really good thing to drive, this car. And when you do get onto it, you hear all those whooshes of the turbo. Sounds like you're taking off into orbit. You can also tell how smooth this rotary engine is as well, which is obviously the big characteristic of this engine design. It's just so buttery the whole way through the rev range, and it really does want to go up into those higher revs. That's where you're getting all the power and all the torque, because there's not a whole lot low down given its low displacement. But when you get it up there, that's special. That is so special. This car definitely isn't all for looks, as you can probably tell. It's got big 6-piston Willwood brake calipers up front, so it's got loads of stopping power. And not only are those tyres super chunky on the rear, but it's got Michelin Pilot Sport 4s all the way round, so you know that this thing's been really well taken care of and really thoughtfully put together, which is super important as well. Between its on-track success, iconic engine, and almost endless scope for tuning and modification, there's a very good reason the RX-7 still remains an icon to this day. And I think the fact that that rotary engine is something you just don't see in modern cars anymore, and there's a high likelihood you might not ever see again, means that this is even more special, especially if you are after a driving experience that's unlike anything else out on the road. And this particular RX-7 is up for grabs through RR Auctions. To find out more and to place your bids, head to rrauctions.com.au.